Hi, Assalamualaikum. I would like to introduce our interviewee, which is Dr. Hamida from Klinik Lovina, situated in in Wangsa, Melawati. So, okay, I would like to thank you for having me in this session for my documentary assignment. Without any further ado, let's get started to our questions. First, I would like to know, do you want to explain a little bit about the effect of excessive sugar in the body?
Okay, thank you for having me too. Alright, sugar is the main source of our body for the cells of our body for the energy. So sugar usually can be found in a lot of our food, especially in Asian staple food, which is rice. So it means when you get excessive, means you excessive intake of the sugar and also excessive intake of the rice. That means when you take all the sugar inside your body first, okay, what will happen? Okay, first from the digestive tract, okay, first the rice will convert it into sugar, and the sugar will stimulate our pancreas, which is the organ in the body that produce insulin, and the insulin is like a key. It's like a key for the sugar to get into the cell of body, so it becomes the source of energy. So, what do you think when the sugar is very high? First, they will stimulate more insulin. So pancreas actually excessively secrete insulin for a long time, so the pancreas will be exhausted. This is what happens when you have patient with, we call it impaired glucose tolerance. Okay, when this is happening for about a long more than 10 years, then this impaired glucose tolerance will goes into diabetes. So what is diabetes? Diabetes is the lack of insulin disproportionate to the sugar what we took. So means when there's no insulin, there's no key, then there's no sugar goes into your cell for the energy. Instead, the sugar will be in the blood. Yes, when the blood is very concentrated, or we call it high sugar blood, sugar blood will goes everywhere to our body. First to your eyes, heart, kidney and brain. That's the four main vital organ. So when there is a high sugar, so it will impact all the first the function. Second, it will make the function of the organs deteriorate, will be on for what you call that, for that time being or for the long time. Okay, Afifah ngantuk. Okay dah. Okay. Alright, so when there is a very high sugar level, first we think about the what we call that macro circulation or macro and micro. Okay. The effect of the high sugar can be classified into two. There will be effect on the macrovascular, big vessels, or microvascular, small vessel. So macrovascular usually peripheral vascular disease, usually to the feet. So you will see diabetics always got problem with the foot. So we call diabetic foot because it will impair the sensory or nerves of the foot. So that's why the healing process is not there. So that's why got diabetic foot. The ulcer or the wound is not healing very well. And for the microvascular, the first one is the eyes. The small vessels in the eyes will affect. That's why usually the diabetes will get the problem with the cataract, eye cataract. And the most important thing is diabetes is the leading cause for the renal problem, kidney failure. Usually because of the high sugar goes into the microvascular, means the small vessel into the kidney. Okay? Understand?
Alright. For my next question. What is the possible health risks for someone that consumes large amount of sugar?
Okay, so we start from the common to the rare one. Okay. First, the most one, if we got sugar highly excessive sugar intake, first you got the what I call that obesity. Yes, okay, because when there is a lot of sugar will change into the fat, so it become the obesity. The obesity itself is a health risk for the another health problem, which is heart problem, diabetes, hypertension, and also it leads into the inactive lifestyle. So inactive lifestyle, it will vicious cycle. It goes into the obesity, then it goes into the lack of what you call that, the resistance of our body to fight to the any infection. And then the most we call it the most leading cause of death in Malaysia is the heart disease. When you have diabetes, you will get 2 to 3 times full higher risk to get heart problem compared to the normal blood sugar. Okay.
Okay, thank you. For my last question, due to high demand and popularity of bubble tea among teenagers, do you think that the consumers are aware of the consequences that they might get if they consume bubble tea regularly?
All right. Okay. Okay. First of all, I want to you just ask. Do you know how many spoon of sugars inside the bubble tea?
I think referring to my previous research from internet, research paper from the internet, I think it's around 18 tablespoon of sugar.
Yes, actually it's a lot. It's more than a recommended intake for daily life is 1 teaspoon, but inside the bubble tea is 15 to 18 tablespoon. So basically, not a lot of, especially teenagers, they won't aware what's inside their body, inside the inside the bubble tea that goes into their body, because that's only the drink. It's not include what they have for that day. For example, burgers, there's a quick one, and then they always associate, and the bubble tea is always associate themselves. This is a trendy drink.
Yeah.
So so when it's trendy drink, then people tend to follow it, and people tends to get it very very often, and they call it like it's cool to have it when you go out with your friends. Then you go to the bubble tea, and the first thing, and then what make it more worse is quite cheap. It's quite cheap. I mean, it's quite affordable to the teenagers, and it is available almost in every malls and every streets. Okay.
Such a very informative sharing from you, Dr. Hamida. I hope that it will benefit a lot of us, including me myself.
Okay.
So, alright, that is all from me, I think. And thanks again for participating in my assignment project documentary. Thank you.
Thank you.